Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista, here on YouTube, and today is Wednesday, September 14th. So I was off work today. We were supposed to have a job and it canceled, and then they were supposed to be put on something else and that canceled. So I was off work today. But before we get into my day, because I have a lot of stuff to show you, I was contacted yesterday by the University of San Diego, and the gentleman's name is Bradley Bond. He is an associate professor and chair department of communication at the University of San Diego. They are doing a YouTube study. So he wanted me, like, I had to fill out a survey, and I need you guys to go fill out a survey. I'm going to put the link in the description box below, but basically what it's doing is the survey should not take you very long. And at the end, you will be entered to win a $25 Amazon gift card from the university. So here is what he said in his email. He said they're working on a research project examining YouTuber influencers and their followers. There is a lot of academic research on YouTube, but a lack of research that actually examines vloggers like you and their followers. We think we know a lot about YouTube, but we as academics have yet to explore connections made between YouTubers and their followers. As a YouTube influencer with a dynamic channel and interesting videos, you are on my list of people I would love to have help us out. So I took the survey yesterday. It took me no time at all. And the survey that you guys, if you choose to go fill out, will ask you about your YouTube habits, and then a number of questions related to variables such as perceived social support, social connectedness, and self-esteem. So basically it's about me connecting with you guys and how that happens. So, and what your perception of that is. And the study should only take less than 5 minutes. And then, like I said, you'll be entered into a drawing for various $25 gift cards as an incentive to participate. So I will include the link down below if you would love to go and give them your thoughts and be entered for a gift card. So last night, I didn't go to bed until 3:30 in the morning. Yeah. And I had a cup of coffee at like 2:30. So I'm thinking that that is one of the reasons. But I did get some stitching done. So before I show you the stitching, let's talk about, that's not even my stitching. Let's talk about my video where I showed you guys how I color the paper. Some paper, like the purple paper, was very easy to do. It went much smoother than this. And I am still finding my way with it. Like the stuff I'm going to show you, I went to Michael's today. The stuff I'm going to show you, I'm still trying to find like the perfect method of how to apply this stuff and get it to look right. It's going to take some time and trying different methods. But I kitted up. Remember, I was dyeing the paper for the Autumn Harvest Festival from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. So I am using this is from Tiger Lily Designs. So I changed the colors. I changed there's every color in here but black and white and the skin color. So I'm using some various weeks dye work, some gas threads, and some color and cotton threads. So the piece of paper that I wound up after I cut it down, this is what I wound up with. It looks like ale. Like it looks, I mean, look how close that looks to that. I think I did a pretty good job with it. But it was just frustrating trying to get it because I was fooling with more colors last night. I was still fooling with different ways to do it. And you have to be careful of saturating the paper too much, because what happened on one piece is the top layer of the paper started to come off. It started to flake off. You don't want that, obviously. So I am going to try some different methods that I want to show you what I got at Michael's today, because a lot of you had some really good ideas as to what to do or how I could do it a better way. So I did work last night and I was watching more of the untold stories. Oh my God, there's so many of them on Netflix and they're all so awesome. I finished watching the one about the basketball game, which, and then I started watching one about a woman boxer named Christy Martin, and I had never heard the story. So I'm in the middle of that one. But let me show you my progress, because I did get into, I got more done on the other square. So I got more done of the wolf, and I got the flowers done. So yeah, it's looking so good. Now, I wanted to show you too, I forgot to show you. When I kit up a project now, I am looking ahead to see what can I put it on, because I have so many plaques and stuff now that I've bought at the various stores to put all this stuff on, right? I'm buying faster than I can stitch. So I need to slow down on buying that stuff because I actually don't really have any room anymore. But I figured, wait a minute, let me pull the paper out. I'm going to show you. So I pulled this jar out. Remember, I got this from the dollar store. And mind you, the dollar store is now $1.25. Everything's $1.25. So Bill said it should be called the $1.25 store now. Right, or $1.25 tree, not Dollar Tree. But I wound up putting some of my enamel dots, and then I had these leaf stickers that I stuck up there. So this is basically, this paper will be trimmed a little bit. But if you think about it being like this, I think it's going to look pretty good. And then I could even mat it. I could even mat it with some fall scrapbook paper, which I have a ton of, which I will probably do that. So it's going to look so good. Absolutely. So yeah, I thought that was really cute up here, what I did with that. So, but it's nice to hear, because a couple of you have emailed me that I've inspired you to try to color the paper yourself too. And yeah, like I said, that I've inspired some of you to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I wanted to mention my hair too, because I've been straightening it the last couple days, and I used a new shampoo, and I think that has helped me be able to get it like really straight, because in the past I couldn't get it like really straight and sleek. I am now using, this is by OGX, and it's Keratin Smoothing Oil Shampoo and Conditioner. It smells really good, and I got this at the grocery store. So yeah, that's what I'm using now. But okay, my day. Holy hell. I'm going to have to pause this because Bill's going to be coming in about 5 minutes. But my plan today, so I got up, and my plan today, I wanted to go to Michael's because I wanted to get some stuff to do the more stuff. I wanted to get some Distress ink pads. They have pads, and some sponges and a silicone mat and stuff like that. And I had a 20% off coupon. So, and I also had to go to Safeway to get some of my sparkling water. So of course I called Bill. Well, he called me, and I said, okay, I'm going to Michael's and I'm going to Safeway. Do you need anything at either of those two stores? And he's like, no. And I said, well, do you need anything when I'm out? And he said, if you wouldn't mind stopping and getting me some beer. No problem. I passed right by it. So when I'm at the light to turn onto the road that's going to the place where I'm getting beer, because I'm going to stop at the beer place first, then Safeway, then Michael's, and then home. It's basically like a big loop. Luckily I had my windows up and the air on, even though it was decent outside today. I see this big spider crawl out from my driver's side mirror, and it's sitting on the mirror, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to now get rid of that. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? So then I see it. Now I'm driving and it's not falling off the mirror, right? I see it crawl up into the mirror. And I'm like, motherfucker, right? Like, great. Okay. Bill came home, talked to him for a few minutes. Anyway, so where was I with the spider? Okay, so I see the spider. I'm at the red light. The spider's on the mirror. And I see it crawl behind the mirror. No. And I'm like, now I have to get rid of this spider, right? So I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm like, so I go in the liquor store, get his beer, and when I come out, I'm like, oh, I'll go in the dollar store and buy a thing of bug spray and spray behind the mirror, right? Well, the dollar store didn't have bug spray, because in the strip mall where the liquor store is, it's like a Food Lion, a restaurant, an auto place, Dollar Tree there. That's not the, but okay. So when I went in Dollar Tree, of course, I am looking at all of the other stuff because I can't go in there without looking at that. So I don't find bug spray, but they had like this disinfectant, like dollar store Lysol, and I'm like, that might work. So I got a can of that, but I also got some other stuff. So I got some of these sponges. I don't know if I dampen them, if I can use them to blend the ink on the paper. I'm gonna try it. And then they had like these small cutting mats where I could use this, especially if I'm dyeing like a small piece of paper, like, because there's coming a point where I'm going to be stitching things that are a lot smaller. So if I dye that, they had this one, and then I had this one, which is a little bigger. So I'm like, I could put this on top of a paper towel or something, and then, you know what I mean, instead of using the plastic trash bag. So got those. And then of course I got some more little thingies to put stitching on. So they had a bunch of these. So I got this one, and they normally have a hanger on the back, but I'll be using the 3M picture hangers when I put them on the wall. So I just pulled this off of there with like wire cutters. It came right off. So I got that one where I will put the stitching over this. Even if it's bigger than the pumpkin, I could just stick it to this. Do you know what I mean? I really liked this one. I really, really liked this one. I love the checkerboard, and I like the, so maybe I could do something small fallish where I could still keep the background of the pumpkin. And then they also had this one, which I loved. Love the background of these. And they're so light and small that, and then the last one I got was this one. They had those four. And then I got two more things from there. I got another sign, Harvest Blessings, where I will put the stitching, in the middle so you could see kind of some of the pumpkins on it. I really liked that shape of that one. And then they had this one, which I loved because I haven't really seen one that's been like square like this. This says hot apple cider, but again, if I stitch something really big, or even if I stitch something fall themed, I could put it down here or up here, or the options are limitless. And I will cut these out and put the little enamel dots over the holes. So yeah, I'm just about out of room in my basket for all the things that I have. I need to get to stitching. So I don't know if the dollar store Lysol works, right? So I get back in the car. Now, mind you, and this is just comical, when I pull the lid, now my car's in the parking lot. When I pull the lid off of the Lysol, I drop the lid and it rolls under my car. Well, that's gonna stay there. I was just like, really, right now? So I get back in the car and I'm like, my next stop is Safeway. And I'm like, oh, I can get bug spray in Safeway. So I get two different kinds of bug spray. I get one that's like, and I get where both of them say for spiders too, because we have a lot of spiders around our house also. One is like good smelling, and the other one's like the heavy duty. So I wanted one to keep downstairs in my bedroom, and then one just to put under our kitchen sink. So I come out of Safeway, and I put the nozzle right up to the mirror and I spray behind it. Well, of course it's windy. it gets all over the mirror, and it's now on the side of my car. It's now, the bug spray is blown on the side of my car and on the window. And I'm like, all right, I don't know if this spider is dead yet. I have no idea, but boy, is it had a bunch of stuff sprayed on it, I'm guessing. So now I'm like, oh, let me run my car through a car wash, like at the gas station, right? I had half a tank of gas. So if you get gas, you get a couple cents off of the car wash normally. So I'm like, all right, where in our area is there a gas station with a car wash? Well, almost by our house. So I said, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through the car wash. Then I'm going to take all the stuff home that I had and then go back out to Michael's. And mind you, it's approaching by this point like 1:15. I mean, the day is going because I don't even leave my house until 12:30, something like that. So I get to the gas station, I get gas, I buy the car wash, I go through, and I'm watching the mirror. The car washes don't get the mirrors too well. It got all the bug spray though off of my car, off of the side, all of that. So that was great. And now my car is really clean on the outside. And it got the mirror clean somewhat, the driver's side mirror, but I'm like, okay. So I come home, I get everything out of the car. I'm able to check the mail, and I get Windex and paper towels, and I'm really cleaning my mirror. So I really cleaned it. I got all that off of there. But like I said, I still don't know if that spider's in there. So I told Bill just now when he came home, when you're done cutting the grass, can you squirt the hose behind the mirror? See if he's in there. Love you, babe. Yeah, he's getting ready to go outside to cut the grass now. He was laughing at my little story because he knows how I just don't like bugs. So then I came home and did that and put everything away and then went back out to Michael's. And by this time, I'm exhausted, right? Like, it's been a day already. And I found some stuff at Michael's. So I think I'm going to be off work tomorrow also because our job canceled. It's just the week. Friday, we have a job that potentially could go all day, but the week has just totally fallen apart. And sometimes that happens. So they had their Halloween and fall stuff 40% off. So I got a couple more things, and then this has to be it. This has to be it for like fall and Halloween stuff. I need to stitch fall and Halloween like the rest of this year, and like, it's crazy. But they were just so cool. I mean, look at that, where you can put the stitching over this. I just loved this so much. Got that. Got this one. I just loved, and look, it's like black glitter on 3 sides. I was like, oh. And then put the stitching over this and have this showing. Yeah, got that one. I absolutely loved this one. Got that, where I could stick the stitching, you know, just put adhesive right here, but have the paper. Isn't that so cute? Looks like a friggin' haunted house. And then I got one more. I got this one, which I absolutely loved it. It looks like, I don't know, this is like a drawer pull, but you put the stitching right in here. And they also had a black one like this. I really like the green though. So cool. Okay, so then what I wound up getting, I found the silicone crafting mat. So I'm gonna try that. And then I got a collection of different sponges. Now I'm hoping to, this one I'm thinking is the one that's really gonna work. It's very spongy. These are like, natural sponges, so I don't know how well they're going to be able to blend, but I'm hoping to be able to have the sponge dampened and then be able to wipe it on the ink instead of using my hand or a paper towel. So we will see how that works out. And then I got this pixie tape. So I had seen this tape, and you know how when I'm coloring the paper, it's moving all over the place. I'm going to tape, this is like painter's tape basically, but for crafting. So I'm going to tape the paper to the mat so it won't move. And I'll make sure that I cut the paper big enough, because obviously there's going to be a border that's not going to be colored, where I can just cut that border off. So got that. And then they had their distress ink pads. They had buy one, get one half off. So I got some colors that I think I would like to try out and use. I got Rusty Hinge, Fossilized Amber, Antique Linen, Victorian Velvet, which is like a purpley pink, Weathered Wood, and then Crackling Campfire. I have seen this Crackling Campfire. It's gorgeous. It turns into an orange, but then it like fades into a yellow. It's so amazing. So I got those. And then the last thing I got was these ink pads. I want to try these. I don't know if this will work. I may have to be dipping this into the ink pad to use. We're gonna see, or even these. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try these and see if it works and see what I can figure out. Okay, so I'm interrupting the video you're watching because I took a break between filming that and then putting it up on YouTube. So I decided to play around with the things I had bought. So the ink pads, not gonna work for what I wanna do. It's too blotchy on the paper, and even saturating the paper with water, which you have to be really careful of, I still can't spread the ink around. The sprays are definitely the way to go for perforated paper, in my opinion. However, the silicone mat works fantastic. The paper sits on there. It's easy to clean up. I didn't use any paper towels or trash bags like I did before. And the sponge, a damp sponge, also doesn't work well with blending the colors. What I did was, I have those paper towels where you can tear off a section. So I have 3 colors. I tore off 3 sections. This is how I did it. I picked 3 colors. I sprayed the light color, let it dry for a second, wiped it with paper towel, threw that paper towel away, sprayed the next color and saturated the paper pretty good with it, sprayed the next color, took the paper towel, wiped it, blended it, threw that away, and then sprayed the last color, and that worked really well. That worked the best that I've done this. So I'm going to show you what I did. I colored a paper like shades of green. I was thinking like, it reminds me of a cauldron, like the inside of a witch's cauldron, but I figure some kind of Halloween something. Ooh, right? Didn't it turn out? And it's hard to get an accurate picture, but didn't it turn out so good? Like here's like the lightest part, medium to the darkest part. And I mean, obviously I probably will not need this whole piece. I'm tempted to, when I go to do it, to cut it so I have I like the lighter part the best, but this turned out pretty good, I thought. So it's just a matter, I think I finally found the way to do it. You really have to spray the ink so it's pretty saturated, and then take the paper towel, wipe the excess off, let that dry for a second, that layer, and then do the next, let that dry for a second, then do the next. This worked really well, and it didn't take me that long to do it. So, but yeah, I will keep the Distress ink pads and those things because I could probably use them for card making if I'm so inclined. I will definitely keep those. But yeah, they're not, the sprays are definitely, and I'm kind of glad because I have so many sprays, and I just actually ordered some more sprays. I had a 20% off coupon, so I ordered some more sprays because I fooled with the brown paper so much for that Autumn Harvest Festival that I used up like all of the tea dyed one, and that's a really good color. And there was another one I had used a lot of, so I bought a couple, and I want to say I bought like 10. So yeah, because you know, Michaels, they don't have the whole line of the Distress inks. They just have actually the sets of 3. So Ranger Ink is the site to go to for sure to get all that. And I wanted to let you guys know too, my Needlework Expo items are going to be here on Saturday. Yay! So depending on what's going on Saturday, I know Charlize has a soccer game that I'm going to try to get to. I will try to do that video and show you guys everything I got because holy moly, got a lot. So can't wait to get that. But okay, so back to the video. So that was it. That's all I got. My plan today was not really to be out all day. I really wanted to do some stitching, but I can stitch now. And I'll be able to stitch tonight. And then I'm not going anywhere tomorrow. And if we wind up not working, then I'll definitely be stitching tomorrow. So, yeah, because Friday is supposed to be working all day, and then the football game is Friday night. So, yeah. So I hope you guys are all having a good day, a good Wednesday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.